Hello everyone, Spencer R here, and wow, do I have a lot of channels to go through. In this video, I will be going through the schedules for Boomerang, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, Nick Jr., Nick, Comedy Central, and Game Show Network. I know, it's a long list, so without any further delays and to not waste any more time, let's get right into the video. So we're going to start out with Boomerang for weekdays and weekends. So we have Tom and Jerry, Popeye, Looney Tunes, A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, Baby Looney Tunes, The Flintstone Kids, Flintstones, Jetsons, New Yogi Bear Show, Tom and Jerry Tales, Tom and Jerry Show, The Looney Tunes Show, Duck Dodgers, The New Scooby-Doo Mysteries, a huge Scooby-Doo block for like 4 hours, Johnny Quest, Looney Tunes, Duck Dodgers, which takes out an hour of the Flintstones. Okay. Kind of a weird move, but I'll take it because Duck Dodgers, good show. The Flintstones, the Jetsons, more Scooby-Doo stuff, the Smurfs, and then it goes back to the beginning. Okay, now let's take a look at weekends. So let's speed through Friday. I know it's the same stuff, but they usually like to change things up near the end of the day. Okay, so after all that, we get Johnny Quest, Thunder the Barbarian, Ben 10, and then we go through weekends. So we have Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry Kids, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo stuff, The Looney Tunes Show, Tasmania, Looney Tunes, New Looney Tunes, more Scooby-Doo, The Flintstones, Yogi Bear, Popeye the Sailor, Scooby-Doo stuff, Johnny Quest, Thunder the Barbarian, Tom and Jerry Show, and then we go into Sunday. So Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry Kids, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo stuff, Looney Tunes, New Looney Tunes, Tasmania, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, a lot of Scooby-Doo stuff, the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Popeye, Scooby-Doo stuff, Wacky Races, New Yogi Bear, Tom and Jerry Show, and then that goes back until the weekdays. So, as usual, Boomerang's schedule is okay, but there are still a lot of Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo, especially Scooby-Doo, and I get it. It's classic, and most of them are classic shows, and they belong to the channel, but it's too much. Don't you think you could replace those or tone it down a bit? And I get it, they are rotating every now and then, which is cool, but still, you don't need to air Scooby-Doo for 7 freaking hours. Like, it's too much. And I will agree with what people are saying about Me TV Toons. It is certainly better than Boomerang because, yeah, sure, they have Looney Tunes and Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry, but they don't spam. They actually have a lot of variety, which is something Boomerang's doing, but it's just not good enough. So, I'm not really going to say how I would improve, though. I'll say how I would improve some time slots. Like, yeah, they could have, like, all of this, but for Sundays, if not both of the days, they should have the Flintstones, Jetsons, Popeye, then air Yogi Bear at 9. Or midnight, based on where everyone else is at. And, as for Sunday mornings, why can't they have an extra hour of Ben 10 at 1 o'clock? Like, Ben 10 on Saturday morning, Ben 10 on Sunday morning. It would make sense. Though you will see this as a surprise later on, but prior to that, they could have done so. And also, when they get the extra packages for other classics, it'd be great if they were to include them as well. Because, again, while this is fine, more can be added for sure. Also for Sunday, not to mention, they are showing 3 hours of Tom and Jerry for once, which is crazy because unlike Saturday and then all the other days, they would have like 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours on Saturday and then an hour on all weekdays at midnight, which is not a good time to show it. But still, at least it's not much Tom and Jerry. Still, though, more stuff would be great if they were replaced. And I also heard from some Top Cat fan that Boomerang Theater will be coming back on the 29th of this month, which is great. Definitely plan to talk about that more in that next video. But for now, that's just great to hear. Okay, so now let's go up to Cartoon Network and see what they got going on. So let's go up. Let's start with Thursday. And we'll see what they got in store. So weekdays for Cartoon Network. Let's see. We have regular show, which actually takes the 8 o'clock hour again, 6 o'clock hour again, excuse me. Yeah. Then we get like a Tom and Jerry short. It used to be Tom and Jerry Go-Go, which I never properly seen, but it looks kind of good. Then we get Cartoonito shows, Bat Wheels, and Bugs Bunny Builders. Yeah, this is shocking. You want to know what else is shocking? This is part of the Cartoon Network branding. I know what you're probably thinking. Wait, it's a part of the Cartoon Network branding? I thought they were on Cartoonito. Look, I thought that same thing, kinda, but I was also expecting them to be a part of Cartoon Network, because like, it's only half an hour. Like, look what's next. Gumball. So, it's 30 minutes. Do you really think they would sign on to Cartoonito for, at 7 o'clock and be like, Cartoonito signed on. Enjoy watching or something. And then, like, right after Bugs Bunny Builders at 7:28, it's like, hope you had fun for the half hour. See you tomorrow. Like, that would be a waste of money and animation for branding. So I guess it makes sense to air them on Cartoon Network since it's only 1 episode per show. On Friday, it's Barney's World, which I'm not even going to question or ask, you know. So yeah, what I would have done is like replace an half hour of Gumball and double these shows up, and then Friday you can have an hour of Barney's World. I don't care. But yeah, I just found that interesting to talk about because, well, this was kind of expected. Like I said, they wouldn't sign on and then sign off after one singular time slot. It'd be a little bit ridiculous. But anyways, after that, we get an hour of Gumball, the Looney Tunes show, the Tom and Jerry show, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, Scooby-Doo Where Are You?, Adventure Time, We Baby Bears, and then on Friday we get, it's on the same day. I didn't know. Let's just go to Friday since we know that now. Teen Titans Go, The Amazing World of Gumball, and regular show, again. Okay, now let's do Saturday's schedule. So, starting out at 6 a.m., we got, regular show. Returning to Saturdays, replacing Adventure Time, in which I approve for sure. Regular show is way freaking better than Adventure Time, in my opinion. Teen Titans Go for 2 hours. We Baby Bears for an hour. Total Drama Island, which is the reboot, by the way, of course, everyone should know. The Amazing World of Gumball for a couple hours. The Tom and Jerry Show, not the classic, it's the new one. Disappointing, but whatever. Be Cool Scooby-Doo, which takes out What's New Scooby-Doo, which I guess is fine. I could care less. And then a Scooby-Doo movie. Okay, now let's do Sunday schedule. And there's actually a surprise at 4 o'clock. You guys should already know what it is based on, or if you watch Quaimation. But yeah, here comes the Sunday schedule. So we get Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo, The Scooby-Doo Show. One thing before we continue is that I honestly don't really understand why they air 2 classic Scooby-Doo shows on Sunday, but like weekdays we only get 1. I don't really understand that. And honestly, one of the hours should be replaced with another show just to make more variety. But I could still take it. Like, classics on Cartoon Network is weird, but hey, it's better than airing the same like 3 or 5 ongoing shows all day. So you gotta give them credit and respect for that. Anyways, Scooby-Doo movie, New Looney Tunes, The Looney Tunes Show, The Tom and Jerry Show. That just says Tom and Jerry Show, okay. Tiny Toons University, We Baby Bears, Teen Titans Go, The Amazing World of Gumball, and surprise incoming, get ready, Ben 10. Ben freaking 10. Back on Cartoon Network. Yes. This show is currently on Boomerang every Saturday, yeah, but it's actually on Cartoon Network too at 4 o'clock on Sundays. So I guess you could say Ben 10 is properly airing on weekends, because it gets an hour on Saturday on Boomerang and an hour on Sunday on Cartoon Network. That is freaking dope, man. I approve of that. So, as usual, Cartoon Network schedule is still decent. It still has variety. Like, yeah, we get a good lineup of shows. I'm gonna go back to 6 a.m. here, count up how many shows we got. But first, let me just say this: regular show was able to take out an hour of Teen Titans Go, which I was not expecting that actually. I was expecting them to like just take out half an hour of Teen Titans Go for Cartoonito and then keep the other half hour. But no, they were able to just replace an hour of Teen Titans Go with regular show. I bet they were like, well, since adults are watching and they don't really like Teen Titans Go, they're watching regular show. Why not just replace an hour of Teen Titans Go with regular show? Yeah, since, well, some people think regular show's better, so why not? And people keep saying that Teen Titans Go is their cash cow. Well, I'm not going to say regular show's their cash cow. I mean, regular show's a great show. Way freaking better than Teen Titans Go. By a long shot. Long shot. But yeah, that was a good decision. Let's see how many shows they got. So now we can properly count Cartoonito, even though, yeah, we can properly count these shows even though they were a part of Cartoonito, but technically they're a part of Cartoon Network now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, no, that's just 11. So it's 11 shows on weekdays, which, good lineup. Good lineup. And even with 2 hours of regular show, it's still a nice one. Like, the fact that regular show is able to dethrone Teen Titans Go in 2025 actually shocks me. It really does. I'm gonna change this here. Okay, that's better. Let's keep going. So let's count up the shows for weekends, starting with Saturdays. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shows isn't really good for a lineup, but for a channel that only has 11 hours and there's a freaking movie too, I don't think it's bad. Plus, regular shows included, so give them respect. So, Sundays, now we get 1, 2, 3, movie, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shows. And kind of interesting how both Teen Titans Go and Gumball get an hour on Sunday. 2 of their most popular CN shows in modern day. Not counting regular show, though. But yeah, it's a nice break. There's really no need to say how I would improve here. I guess I can go through the schedules again and tell you. but there really isn't too many changes. So let's just do this really quickly and move on to the Nick channels. So yeah, keep the regular show hour. You can keep all this if you like. I'm fine with that. Maybe consider replacing an hour of Scooby-Doo shows with like classic Looney Tunes and classic Tom and Jerry. That'd be pretty cool. Keep this for fans. Keep all of this. Replace an hour of Gumball with Uncle Grandpa and Apple and Onion. Like, I know they have been bringing them back, but they keep... Well, it's not like what Nickelodeon used to do. They don't take it on and off. They do keep it on, but they just take it off after a long while. So, please, a Wheelin', put Uncle Grandpa at 3 for half an hour, and then put Apple and Onion at 3:30 for half an hour. Please. I like those two shows, and they deserve to have airtime. Okay, now for weekends. How would I improve weekends? Well, I will start off by keeping the regular show times. Maybe consider replacing an hour of this with Adventure Time. Like, I really missed that lineup they had. 6 a.m. they show Adventure Time. 7 a.m. they show regular show. 8 a.m. they show Gumball. I really enjoy that. Please bring it back. And then if you want to have like an hour of Teen Titans Go, well, they said they want to air new episodes here. I was going to say, if you want to air an hour of Teen Titans Go here, I'm cool with it. Like this, though, it's still fine. Maybe replace the 11 o'clock hour with Teen Titans Go if you like. I guess if you want to keep this too, that's fine. And then the rest could stay. And then Sunday... keep all of this. Yeah. Actually, I don't think Sundays need any changes at all. This is actually fire. Okay, let's just skip it all together. Before we move on to the Nick channels, though, since I will be talking about Nick at Night, well, I'm actually going to save it for that later. Yeah, I was going to talk about the adult hours. But yeah, let's move on to Nickelodeon because I don't want to waste any more time. So as usual, I'll be starting out with the bottom ones just to make it even more suspenseful. So let's start out with Friday. I'll do the schedules for Friday and Saturday. So I want to start out with 6 a.m. And this is going to go quick. I already know for sure. So let's start out with T-Nick. So we get the Loud House for a few hours. Wild Pack for about an hour. Henry Danger. A lot of Henry Danger. But thankfully, once we hit the 11 o'clock hour, all this will change. Thank goodness. Yeah, we get Wild Pack. Another episode of Henry Danger. Wait, it's early. NFL Slime Time, and then another episode of Henry Danger, and I think this is where it comes in. A lot of us have been waiting for this moment to come, and now I finally get to show it to you. So let's see what's coming up next. Right after Henry Danger, we get The Fairly Odd Parents, followed by Rugrats, and Hey Arnold. Yes! Yes! Nick, you did it! You actually did something right! Oh my God, God bless you! It took you, what? Like 3 freaking years to actually bring these shows back? Like, I know it's only 3, but still, that's a start! Nick, you actually get some cool points or something. Like, this is great. Hey Arnold, Rugrats, and the freaking Fairly Odd Parents come back. And yes, I know it's on T-Nick, a channel where they don't really belong, but and I can't believe Do Not forgot about this too, but remember Nick Rewind? I'm sure a lot of you would I'm sure all of you do, but this is technically their way of bringing back Nick Rewind, which is great. Like, yeah, they're under the T-Nick branding, but still, you're actually doing something right by, like, trying to attempt to bring it back by just bringing back 3 shows. That's great. And then Saturdays, we get Thundermans, but get this. It's also on Sundays, meaning that the Loud House is finally gone from Sundays, which is great. From someone that doesn't even like the Loud House, I approve, guaranteed. Like, this is awesome. Yep, we finally get some classics. I can't believe it. Now, based on what I said in a previous video where I asked you guys if Nick is improving, and I was like, nope, not even close. Although this is only a start, and we could only expect some more from here, I think this could actually be the start of a new era. Like, Nick probably trying to improve. Like, that's just great news right there. And I have been hearing from people that David Ellison, someone that actually had previous experience with Nickelodeon back in the early 2000s, is in charge of this. From where I was looking up, they didn't say Nickelodeon had a president. Like, of course, you already know Brian Robbins has left, thank goodness. But, yeah, people are saying David Ellison is in charge. He is in charge of the Paramount and Skydance merger, or a part of Paramount Pictures or whatever, but they didn't say he's the president, so I'm not exactly sure if that's true or not. I'm pretty sure Nickelodeon's still along the lines of getting a new president. But as for the time being, they're presidentless. But oh my god, man, this is great. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into Nick Jr. now. And this one actually is interesting too, because while it is only a couple minor changes, I think it's still a start to something special. So we get all this stuff, but at 8 o'clock, we get an extra rerun of Team Umizoomi, not at graveyard hours, mind you. Paw Patrol, and then up next is a pretty big surprise. We get Wally Kazam, freaking Wally Kazam, back on Nick Jr. And I know this is a newer show. I mean, it came out around 2015. Who cares? But I know I can't really get too excited over a new show, but this is a show they haven't used for a while. So, yeah. I think Nickelodeon is really starting to, like listen to their fans or something. Or, like, people complaining, like, oh, it's too much spamming. Please bring back older shows. It looks like they are starting to do this. Yeah. Of course, we could really hope for the better and hope they bring in some more, but yeah, this is a great start right here. The rest is basically how you would expect. It's basically the same old, same old. So now we're going to jump on over to Nicktoons. Yes, Nicktoons. And I know what you're expecting or saying. Oh, it's just going to be SpongeBob SquarePants 24/7. Actually, it isn't. And I'm going to show you why. So we get SpongeBob, of course. But coming up later, there is a big surprise. Of course, yeah, you get the freaking Patrick Star Show. That isn't really surprising since it's still a part of the SpongeBob universe. But I guess it's a nice break from the show anyway. To be announced. I wonder what it is. I bet it's more SpongeBob. I don't know. So, around 1:55, we get the Loud House back on Nicktoons. Oh my god. Does this mean we finally get a break from this stupid Pineapple House idiot? Well, judging by Nickelodeon, well, I don't want to look up now, but yeah, we actually get a break, which is great. But something that kind of confuses me is that, yeah, it does start out early here, but as the times go on, the Loud House comes on later and later and later. Like, I don't really understand that. Why can't it just air for 5 hours from 2 through 7 weekdays. And actually weekends too, because yeah, spoiler alert, it is on weekends. But still, the fact that they are giving us a break from this stupid yellow guy, it is just freaking amazing. So now let's jump on over to the weekends. Let's start out with Saturday. So we get whatever you can expect from Nickelodeon now. SpongeBob freaking SquarePants. But around 6:30ish, we get the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell, Turtle Power show. Yeah. It's not the classic like some people were kind of expecting, but still. This is an older series from around the 2012, well, the early 2010, the early 2010s. And that goes on for a couple of hours, followed by the network premiere for Sonic Prime, which is dope. And then the same, we get a lot more SpongeBob, typical. But we get the Loud House, what did I tell you? Coming back on Nicktoons even on the weekends. And then as we move forward to Sunday, SpongeBob, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zoki of Planet Ruby, and then more Sonic Prime. And then, of course, same stuff. And then the Loud House. So, great news here. I am actually glad Nick SpongeBob's done. Like, it is officially done. Though, I really hate to burst your guys' bubbles, but I've been looking up online, and it turns out Nick SpongeBob might actually return from November through December, but it's only 1 month. So don't think, oh my god, it's the end of the world, Nick SpongeBob's back. No, it's only for a month, people. Come on. So, yeah, and some people are thinking, and this kind of ties in with what else I'm going to be saying next. Some people are thinking that this whole thing with the new merger isn't going to last too long. Like I said this in a community post too. Some people are just thinking basically the negatives. They're like, well, this stuff's cool and all, but I don't think it's going to last too long. And I've mentioned this in another video too. I feel like some people are just thinking about the negatives. It's like they keep forgetting about the positives. Like sometimes when people are talking about something and they're saying some bad stuff, what if, okay, I'm not making any sense here, but like what if these network like presidents are listening and they're like, oh, so you want us to go back to normal? Well, we'll go back to normal. If you want us to do that, fine. We'll forget about the Fairly Odd Parents and Rugrats and Hey Arnold. We'll just go back to showing SpongeBob and Paw Patrol. Do you guys really want this? Like, I don't. That's why I always want to think positive. Like what if these shows do well? What if the ratings go high if they show the Fairly Odd Parents, Rugrats, Team Umizoomi, Wally Kazam, and Hey Arnold? Then they're going to have to reconsider. They're going to be like, hey, these shows really do well. Let's actually bring some more back, maybe during the day or something. Like, come on, guys. I understand Nick sucked back then, but this could be the real start of a new era for Nick. Like, Nickelodeon. Like, they could actually bring in some more classics. Like some shows I really want them to bring back to these respective channels. Nicktoons. Bring back, Rocket Power, The Wild Thornberrys, Cat Dog, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Cat Scratch, Back at the Barnyard, The Mighty Bee, Making Fiends, Tough Puppy, just some basic examples. Nick Jr., bring back, let's see. Well, not just new shows, of course, like Tiny Chef Show, Blue's Clues and You, that's some new shows. Bring back some classic shows like Dora the Explorer, Blue's Clues, Max and Ruby, The Backyardigans, The Wonder Pets, Go Diego Go, Gullah Gullah Island if it's possible. I don't know, just do that. And then T-Nick, you can bring back like iCarly, Drake and Josh, Keenan and Kel, The Amanda Show, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, maybe some other forgotten favorites like The Haunted Hathaways and Game Shakers and Sam and Cat, Victorious, stuff like that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that some people are just mostly thinking about the negatives and thinking about, oh, this is probably not going to be so long. They're probably just going to go back to square one later. Guys, if they weren't making these changes, they wouldn't even care at all. Like, from what I heard, David Ellison really cares for Nickelodeon, and he's actually making a promise to fix it up. Do you really think he's just going to turn evil after 2 months and be like, what are these shows doing here? No, let's go here. Hey, what are these shows doing here? They don't belong here. We got to bring back Loud House and that Lego show that people don't talk about. I don't know. Let's just bring back 3 shows and leave it at that. Mwahaha. Like, no. I mean, yeah, we didn't expect this with Brian Robbins, but he's someone different. Basically what I'm trying to say is I don't want David Ellison to take notes from Brian Robbins. Like, nah, he is a different person, and it's quite possible that he will be continuing to bring back older stuff. Just please think about the positives. Like, I don't like it when people keep thinking negatively. So now let's move on to Nick really quickly. I know there's not much going on, but I still like to see what's going on. What are they doing for weekdays and weekends anyway? So let's start off with Friday. So we get Nick at Night. And here's something I've been wanting to say. So, as you guys probably didn't know, or would have known, obviously, but the Friends rights, the rights to Friends would be expiring this month. Though, however, Nickelodeon keeps on changing their minds and saying, oh, we just want to renew it. Wait, we want to keep on here for a few more days. And people like Jason the Cartoon Fan and maybe Quaimation are saying they're like, I don't know, they're renewing the contract or expiring. I don't even know what they're doing. I am actually kind of confused. Are they going to keep it on longer, or are they going to get rid of it? I don't know. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments. But what are my thoughts if they do lose it exactly? I honestly don't really care. I'm not a big fan of Friends. I don't think it's a good show. I think there are better live action shows like 2.5 Men, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Keenan and Kel, etc. I probably think The Big Bang Theory is a little better, but yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, Friends, not a good show. I have seen a bit of it, and I'm just not a fan. So, really, I could care less if they're losing rights or not. So now let's move on to weekdays for Nick. What is there to expect? It's basically the same old stuff. There's not really much else to say. Though, as we can look at weekends, it looks like they are going to be toning down with the movies a little bit, which is good news, because I really don't like how John frickin' Flannery has been destroying Nick with the movies. Like, nah. I really don't know why this dude is so freaking obsessed with movies. It's like, if you're obsessed with movies, why not go to another channel like Freeform? Like, ask if you can be the scheduler for Freeform or something, cause yeah, they're the home for movies, not Nickelodeon. Get it through your head, John Flannery. Like, come on. And I also heard that layoffs were coming up. I really hope John Flannery's a part of that. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I honestly hope this. Because this whole movie thing is going way too far. Yeah, you could tell I really wasn't talking much about the schedule, because it's pretty much SpongeBob and movies. In which, even though I'm not a fan of SpongeBob, I will actually accept the fact that they are doing a marathon of the show, because, yeah, while it is bad to air only one of your stinking shows per day, it is still an actual regular show. It's not 3 or 5 freaking movies in a row. And yeah, sure, we do get a movie later on kicking off Nick at Night, but who knows if that'll be pulled or not? I don't even know. So from all the stuff I'm saying about the Skydance merger, I just hope we get more changes later on. I hope and pray to God that we don't get these same spamming schedules again. Like, this is the start to a new era. Please let it continue. I would really hate to see it die down after a couple months. So let's go to Comedy Central. And yes, guys, this is an extremely long video. Talk about a special. And I definitely had a lot to say about this, even though there was a bunch of ums and yeahs, but you already get the point. So now I'd like to go ahead and go through Comedy Central, because I believe there are some changes going on. So let's start out with weekdays, if this remote can work with me, that is. So we got Futurama, South Park, Parks and Recreations, The Office, The Daily Show, Beavis and Butthead, in which I must actually talk about the show for a little bit. I am really glad this show came back for an extra season. I was not expecting that. But mainly, I think it's because those first 2 seasons of the second revival did so well that they decided to renew it, which is great news. I have seen those first 2 episodes, and they are just as stupid as the show. Like, yes, I get it. Like, yes, I know. I said they were stupid, but that doesn't mean I hate Beavis and Butthead. Like, they're classic. They're definitely worth watching. Yeah, we're the Millers. They seem to be showing a lot of movies too. Like, if Comedy Central is showing lots of movies, why can't John Flannery be in charge of this channel? Like, I wouldn't really mind if they aired a lot of movies. They don't have enough variety as is. Come on. Okay. Now let's go to weekends. So we get South Park, paid programming, Parks and Recreation. Of course, in case you guys didn't, or if you guys didn't recognize it, but they brought in Parks and Recreation. They added it on weekdays, which was cool. Then we get some movies. A bunch of movies. The Office. And let's check out Sundays here. Let's go... No, wait, that's this week. Never mind. So the only reason why I decided to include this channel was because I feel like they're starting to add in a little more variety. Like, they are still spamming, so it's not very good, but I sense that they are starting to improve a little. So it's not that bad, per se. Okay. Now, the time has come, and I'm pretty sure Cody Merriman has been waiting for this moment, but I'm going to be going through the schedule for Game Show Network. So let's bring it up. Okay, there we go. So before I continue here, before I show you the new weekday lineup they have, I like to make a slight thing here. And yes, I am recording Switch, don't ask, but you'll probably get the explanation later on. But they have made this change where they put Wheel of Fortune at 9:30 and Flipside at 10. Why, you may ask? Well, you'll actually see later, and I think it's a good explanation. So there's People Puzzler after. So really the weekend schedule is much like, it's pretty much the same. They have changed it. Oh, wait, I'm going to be... No. It's another one down. Yeah, so they have changed it quite recently, but it looks like they won't be changing it ever since they changed the weekdays. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Let's just move on. So let's start out with the weekend schedule just because. So we have Wheel of Fortune on Saturdays, Jeopardy on Sundays, 25 words or less, Cash Cab for 2 hours, Switch, Split Second, Tic-Tac-Doe, Bingo Blitz, America Says, Family Feud, The Chase, not just for 1 hour, but 2 hours, which is kind of intriguing. The Wall, which has been added to weekends, weirdly enough. And then rest of the day is just Family Feud. So, as you can see, not a good lineup. Not a good lineup. Oh. I actually forgot to mention something with Nick at Night. So, what I was going to say was it's kind of weird that Nickelodeon had a lot of hours for kids, because as some people are saying, like some Top Cat fan, cable was dying. So it's weird how Nickelodeon has a lot of has 16 hours, but Cartoon Network has 11. But I guess it makes sense in a way, because Nick at Night doesn't really have a lot of shows to air. But at the same time, though, Adult Swim has it doesn't have a huge wide variety, but they do have a lot of shows. So it makes sense to air for 13 hours, even though it's still not a good variety. So that's something I found weird. Okay, let's move on. Now we have the weekday schedule for Game Show Network, the new one. So we have Match Game, Chain Reaction, the older Chain Reaction, mind you. Catch 21, Cash Cab, the $100,000 Pyramid, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Deal or No Deal, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, Masterminds, America Says, Flipside, The Perfect Line, which replaces Chain Reaction. So yeah, that's a shocking surprise. Beat the Bridge, Tic-Tac-Doe. Come on, pictures, show up. Tic-Tac-Doe, Bingo Blitz, The Wall, Press Your Luck, Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune. Now for the main reason why they swapped these shows. Flipside, The Perfect Line again, replacing Switch, and People Puzzler. And it's the same episode, which actually makes a little more sense, honestly. So that's it, basically, yeah. So my thoughts on the lineups here, weekdays are good. Like, they're still good. They have enough variety as is. I really don't know why my remote keeps doing that. Like, knock it off. But weekends, not good. Like, as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. There is some variety, but there is way too much Family Feud. And for someone like me that actually doesn't like Family Feud, I would just steer clear from it. I mean, I will tune into it, but only for the fast money rounds. That's the only good entertaining part about Family Feud, in my opinion. If you like Family Feud, I can handle your opinion, but my opinion, I just don't like it. I'm not a fan. So I don't know how a show like this is able to make so much views. Like, I get it, it's classic. But come on, Game Show Network, you can always air some more shows. And of course, as if you weren't paying attention with weekdays, both Chain Reaction and Switch leave. So now Switch, much like its partner show, I guess if you want to call it, Split Second, is now on weekends only. They're now weekend exclusives. So that's actually weird. So there's definitely some improvements that's needed. And also, before I get started, I felt like they didn't need to get rid of Chain Reaction completely. Like, there are 3 ways I've thought of that they could do to keep the original. First off, they could replace like half an hour of the older version with the newer version at 7:30. But technically in my area, it would be at 4:30. And no one really wants to catch an original show that early in the morning. But I guess for this situation, it's okay. Another way they could do it is they could replace America Says at 1:30. Because, come on, you already air it on weekends for 2 hours. So why do you need to have the nerve to show it again or show it throughout the weekdays for half an hour? Like, I guess it's okay because it's still variety, but America Says is an ended show. And judging by GSN, they've been dropping ended shows to weekends, which is not a problem. It's fine. It's fine, but um I just kind of feel like it's weird. They have done it for weekend exclusives before, but they probably didn't like that idea, so they scrapped it. All right. So now let's see how I would improve weekends. So the whole hour thing with Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, it is weird, but since they do air for 90 minutes for both for each show on weekdays, I don't think it's a huge issue. So I guess you can go ahead and keep it here. 25 words or less, you can keep here if you like. Or I would say replace it with Chain Reaction, which I doubt they're going to do, but yeah. Chain Reaction, I would like it I would like for it to air at 8 o'clock for an hour. Then show Cash Cab at 9. And since Switch and Split Second are now weekend exclusives, I think it'd be great if you can air them both for an hour each. Like, having both shows air for half an hour every week, I mean, yeah, it's better than nothing, but don't you want it to air for an hour? Also, by the way, in case you haven't been told already, they did replace Common Knowledge, in which I'm not really too surprised by it. It was an older ended original, so I guess it's okay, but it's still a little sad. So I doubt they'll replace America Says with these shows. So it'd be okay if you aired Switch for an hour at 10 and Split Second for an hour at 11. Like, come on. It's great seeing these two shows on weekends, but I think for now they should just be replaced with more Switch and Split Second. America Says you could keep the 2 hours if you like. But this here, and I really thought this was going to be the flip side and the perfect line, but I was wrong. So this hour should be flip side, and this hour should be the perfect line. And then the chase you can keep there. I was originally going to say keep both hours of the chase since they are only weekend exclusive, so I guess it's fine. If they still want to continue doing that, and if they want to replace an hour of America Says with flip side or the perfect line, that's fine with me, but you know, it's just your decision. The wall can stay there if you like, and then I just want these hours to be replaced. I doubt they will, but yeah. Something else I forgot to mention too, there are other changes with weekends. Match Game with Alec Baldwin, the $100,000 Pyramid, and the newer Deal or No Deal have all been removed, and the wall has been added, which is a weird change. Like, I actually like that lineup a lot better. There was at least 14 shows, and they were kind of even. I really don't know why they had to get rid of that. It wasn't a smart move. Now, what about weekdays? Well, I think weekdays are fine enough. Like, maybe shorten Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Take an hour out for, like, Match Game or something. I don't know. But the rest is fine. It's okay. Now, I gotta talk about the perfect line here. According to Cody Merriman, for his opinion, he thinks that this show could be better than Bingo Blitz. Unfortunately, I have to disagree. Judging by the promos, I don't think it's that interesting. It looks better than Flipside for sure, but Bingo Blitz? No. I think Bingo Blitz is a little better than this, because it's a little more exciting, and Valerie Bertinelli is actually a good host. So I have to disagree with you, dude. I really, look, I would accept the wall if it was being added to weekends, if it was just weekends. Since it's on weekdays too, I don't know. It feels a little bizarre. So maybe you could replace this with something else. Aside from that though, everything else seems flawless. Oh my god, this is a new record. I did not expect to film for this long. I don't even know if people are going to be watching this. Well, call this like a stream or something, because I have done an hour long of schedules in a video before. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching this extremely long video. I am really sorry if it took this long, but I just had a lot of stuff to say, and my voice is kind of killing me. So if you like this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you like my content, and if you want more. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a good day. Take care. All right. Goodbye.